So this over here is a Anderton Super Tone Control from that DIY book from back in the day, electronic projects for musicians. Something I built a while ago, and I just busted out a bunch of my old effects, so I've just been playing through them. But I'm just going to show you what it does. Here's guitar drive. I'm in drop D. Well, here, I'll switch back to E. So there's dry guitar, and it's basically just like a giant EQ. So you got like a frequency knob. So you can get some nice lows. And I basically made it like a low shelf and a high shelf, and it's got a low pass right now, and then it's a high pass. So you can almost get it like cocked wah settings. So by itself, yeah, it's alright. Pretty cool. Works good on bass and stuff like that if you need an EQ or something. Definitely worth putting one together. But where it really kicks ass is if you have an overdrive pedal or a fuzz pedal. So I busted out just a bone dry Rat. A lot of people got these things. So this one's not modded. I just left it as is. Something I bought when I was in high school. It's one of my oldest effects. So here's just straight up guitar with the Rat. The Rat always reminds me like that Cars type tone, like. So it's like scratchy and, you know, metal. You get the really cool singing leads. Into a Marshall, it's just, you know, it's one of those must-have pedals. Really classic tone. But I put it just really not very filtered. So I didn't add any of like the cool filters that the Rat does well, just so I can show you like an overdrive into this thing. So you can get a bunch of lows where the Rat doesn't have lows, like that. I should note I did put the 18 volt charge pump on mine, so it runs a lot better at 18 volts. So it is all active. It's kind of like a channel strip. It doesn't have a transformer or anything. Maybe I'll mod one and make something a little more high end, but as is, it's pretty cool. It's a little bit low noise. Just show you with the overdrive off. It's pretty silent. So, you know, the little hiss on there is this is all tube old amp. But pretty discreet. So kick on the overdrive. That is the Rat making the buzz because it's kicking that 60 cycle. So you can just mash the hell out of signal with it. It's really cool. This is on the neck pickup, just to show you. You can get even higher. Get over the bridge. Break the highs back. So pretty badass. That one's kind of like a presence control. I forgot what the hell they're called. One of them is resonance, and it really affects the frequency range. I'm pretty sure it's this one. This is like one of the first things I built. I got that book and started poking around in it and couldn't help myself and had to start building things. So I'll just show you. So you get really nice voice. Back to the neck. On a Fender type amp, so it's bone dry, so all this dirt's coming from this and this guy. So it's really cool. You can get like a bump and a frequency curve like that. You can get that whole chung sound. A little aggressive there, but kick ass. tinny as shit, right? Balls out. A little more gain. I just did a little demo for this other guy. It's a fuzz I put together. So here's the fuzz as is. And mash it. You can add all that missing bass. So I might mash this and that together and make a pedal that's more bass oriented. I'll drop it back down to E real quick to show you that rocks the whole stoner thing. Without it. Not a bad sounding fuzz, but this is balls out. Back to the overdrive. So you kind of get like Mesa diesel type tones out of the thing. So it's a really handy tool. Different than like a 7-band EQ. It just is kind of like it's not fully parametric because it does have a fixed kind of position as far as the Q goes. But it is pretty badass. A lot of fun. I had this thing in a box for a long time. I busted it out the other day, and I was like, man, I need to make some more of these. So keep an eye out. I might throw this one in my reverb shop because I can always make more. But it is kind of a cool pedal. It's like one of the first ones I did where it's got the crazier kind of paint job on it. So it's like one of my little experimenting with mixing of paint colors. So it's a little more confetti friendly looking, but it is. I really like it because you can just add a lot of beef to stuff that doesn't have beef. So you can just hear that massive low end gain. That was on at the bridge. So I'll hook it up to a bass real quick, just show you. Even as is, it almost kind of works like I wouldn't say a bass DI, but it definitely, could get away with that. It is 18 volts and it does slam in pretty hard over Unity, so you could get away with it. I mean, if you're looking for something like that, just let me know. I could probably always order an XLR out and stuff like that, and maybe add a transformer in it, make it a little more boutique-esque or hi-fi. So here's just some straight-up bass. In between two pickups on the ASAT GNL USA kick-ass bass. It's from the 80s, so when Fender was alive, one of my cool basses, surf-colored. Oh. It's one of those ones I'll never get rid of. I really like it. Maple neck too, so pretty cool. But here's just massive low end up there. It's nice to have some tone shaping, like so you can sweep all the bass out like this, like that, or you can start getting that same thing where you bump it, kind of like a sweepable mids, I should say. Sweepable EQ. So this is kind of the high shelf, and this one's the low shelf. So you can make it real deep like that. A little more headroom. This is with the active part of my preamp off on my bass, so it's more like, you know, Fender-ish bass sounding. Kind of crazy. So if you want to accentuate like that, I'm playing with fingers too, so you know, accentuate like that sound of fingers. Frets. Frequency just so back to the low. So pretty awesome. I'll show you with some fuzz into it. Like here's a rat, some bass here. There we go. So you can make up for all that low end loss when you hit into an actual guitar effect. And it's pretty noise free. I mean, I'm playing pretty loud. I mean, it's not bedroom loud. If the neighbors, I'm sure they can hear me. That's just gnarly and not good. So here's a fuzz pedal again.